Hi, Assalamualaikum everyone. So today my group will presenting about the fundamental financial accounting and reporting. Our group have been given task to investigate a company. Okay, next I will be introducing you to my group member, which is I'm from a group 9, consists of myself, Muhammad Nakib Falik bin Hamadi, and I have another 3 colleagues which help me with this investigation, which is Shazvina binti Ramli, Intan Nur Syafiqah Liana binti Sulaiman, and Nur Syafiqah binti Amran. Alright? Alright, today I'm gonna tell you that company that we investigate, which is Sarong Creative. Alright, Sarong Creative have its motto. The motto will be top to toe in a shop. Alright, so about the background of this company, my colleague will explain it to you later.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Syafiqah binti Amran, and today I'm going to present about the introduction. First, financial accounting is a subset of accounting that keeps track of a business financial transaction. The transactions are documented, summarized, and presented in a financial report or financial statement, such as an income statement or balance sheet, using specified rules. The accrual technique, the cash method, or a combination of the two can all be used in financial accounting. Accrual accounting details according transaction when the transaction have occurred and the revenue is recognizable. Cash accounting details recording transaction only upon the exchange of cash. In addition, revenue is only recorded when payment is received, and expenses are only recorded when the obligation is paid. This information is then used to reach decision about how to manage the business or invest in it or lend money to it, from the smallest business, such as the local convenience store, to the largest business, such as large companies. Accounting equation remains valid. Thus, it can avoid misleading financial statements if there are no proper records, as the human tasks become more complex, especially in large organizations. There are many types of business organization, but in this report we will discuss about partnership as our research. A partnership is a form of business where two or more people share ownership as well as the responsibility for managing the company and the income of losses the business generates.
Background of Sarong Creative. Sarong Creative was founded in 2017 by Muhammad Shukri and Ain Khalila. It's a partnership business entity. The store is located at Shah Alam, Selangor. They begin to build their business using their own money, which is 20,000 ringgit Malaysia, as their capital. Previously, Muhammad Shukri is someone who loves to style his clothes, and he is the type of person who will not wear the same clothes more than twice. Then he realized that it was so hard to find a men's clothes shop that has offered a good quality of clothes at an affordable price. Then Muhammad Shukri proposed Ain Khalila open a clothing line that was not only offered a reasonable price, but one shop center where men can have many choices on a clothes, whether a shirt, office wear, sweater, underwear, ties, or pants. Sarong Creative mission is to provide a reasonable price of clothes that can be worn for a very long time and also comfortable to wear daily. Their main focus is not just that, but also they wanted to offer the customer a one-shop center for clothes where their customer does not need to go to another shop to find anything related to clothes. For example, for office wear, they can find ties, blazers, shirts, and even socks in their shop.
Next, we go to the characteristic of the business. Sarong Creative is a company which operates a men's clothing line. Sarong Creative has a few liabilities in hand, which are loans from Maybank, trade creditors, and hire purchase creditors. Sarong Creative also rents a shop house in Shah Alam, where it is the best industrial area with a strategic place. Sarung Creative is a partnership business where there are 2 or more people to run this business. However, this business is set up by 2 young people, which are Ain Khalila binti Ahmadi and Muhammad Shukri bin Fazullah. A partnership business has limited liability if it is a limited liability partnership. Each partner is not responsible or liable for another partner's wrongdoing or carelessness. Furthermore, if the business fails and the assets are not enough to cover the debt, the payable have a right against the partner's personal properties. There are no legal formalities to start a partnership form of business where everyone can start a business anytime and everywhere. The business can also be dissolved as per the owner's wishes. Owners need to record every financial transaction that occurs in the business. This method also helps owners to trace every cash flow in the business. Sarung Creative was set up on 23 December 2017 and registered on 4 March 2018. The reason why owners want to run up this business is because they wanted to create one shop center for men to buy their clothes at affordable prices, gain new knowledge in business, express themselves to be more creative, and earn unlimited income. The profit or loss will be shared by the partners according to their profit sharing ratio. Owners agree to have a fair ratio, which is 50-50, due to their work division. The owners of Sarung Creative came up with an idea to have a fair ratio due to the equal contribution towards the business, where they contributed 10,000 ringgit per person to set up the business.
Assalamualaikum to Sir Muhammad Amran. Today I'll be presenting about classification of business item. First of all, there are 6 types of classification of business item. The first one is asset, second one is liabilities, the third one is drawing, number 4 is capital, number 5 revenue, and the last one is expenses. I'll proceed to the first classification of business, which is asset. Okay, asset is a resource owned by the business. There are 2 types of asset, which is current asset and non-current asset. What is current asset? Current asset is are the short term of economic resources owned by the business, while the non-current asset is a long-term economic resources owned by the business. Okay, as for Sarung Creative current asset, we have inventory, which is 100,000 ringgit. We have account receivable, we have cash at bank, consists of 25,000, and cash in hand consists of 3,000. For non-current asset, we have vehicle, features and fitting, and the last one is office equipment. We proceed to the liabilities. What are liabilities? Liabilities are the current obligation that a corporation plans to fulfill in the future at any time. There are 2 types, okay, 2 parts of liabilities. The first one is current liabilities and the second one is non-current liabilities. Current liabilities is a short-term liabilities that need to be paid by the company, by the business in between a year, okay? While the non-current liabilities is a long-term debt that owned by the company, alright? As for Sarung Creative, our current liabilities is account payables and wages payable, while non-current liabilities for Sarung Creative is bank loans. Okay, the next one is drawing. What is drawing? Drawing is a withdrawal of asset by the owner from the business account. Drawing also need to be recorded in the balance sheet as reduction in asset and owner equity. As for Sarung Creative, the owner of Sarung Creative did not make any drawing yet. Okay, the next one is capital. Capital is also known as net asset or equity. Capital also refers to any financial resources that useful in generating income. Number 5 is revenue. revenue refer to business income in general. Okay, revenue also is a gross income increase in on equity from business activities and the purpose of earning income. Revenue that Sarung Creative receive, such as interest received, commission received, and sales of goods and services. The last one is expenses. Expenses is a cost of asset or services consumed in the process of earning revenues. In other words, it costs money to make money. As for Sarung Creative, Sarung Creative spend under expenses for rent, stock, and staff salary. For rent and stock, Sarung Creative spend 4,000 ringgit roughly per month. Sarung Creative also had 4 full-time workers, which all the 4 workers were paid 1,200 ringgit per month. So total for staff salary is 4,800 per month for Sarung Creative. Alright, next I will be explaining about recording process of the business. Accounting records are the source of documents that are both physical and electronic. Accounting cycle that involves is the financial transaction, which is the starting of the accounting process. If there is no financial transaction, there would be nothing to keep track of. Okay, as for Sarung Creative, first we need to identify the transaction. Usually Sarung Creative will provide only 2 transactions. The first one is invoice and the second one is receipt. Okay, as for receipt, we will provide receipt for the customer who purchased our clothing, our item, as the proof that the transaction had been made. And the second one is invoice. We will provide invoice to the customer who want to purchase our item in credit purchases. Okay, for invoice, we will provide 3 copy. The first one, which is the original one, we will give to the customer, and the second one, which is the duplicate one, we will keep as a seller, and the third one, which is the last one, we will give to the accountant for their reference and evidence. The second step, recording process of our business, is journal method. We are using journal method. Journal is a book which were recorded in a paper or using electronic, in which transactions are recorded. Journal entries show all the effects of our business transaction as expressed in debit and credit. Our company, our business transaction are recorded in double entry bookkeeping. As for example, on 28 September, Sarung Creative purchased inventory 4,000 ringgit for business purposes in cash. So their transactions on debit is inventory, which is 4,000 ringgit, and credit is cash, 4,000 ringgit. The next process is ledger. Ledger is a collection of accounts sustained by the business. After all the transactions that had been made in the journal, then only we can create an appropriate ledger. Appropriate ledger can be made based on the account that we have created previously, such as liability, asset, expenses, and revenue. After all the transaction had been transferred into a journal, then only we can determine the balance in each account. For instance, ledger for Sarung Creative are sales ledger and debtor ledger. Sales ledger is where a customer purchases goods and services from our company. With credit account, and debtor ledger, we will debit invoice, credit cash. The next step, which is the second last step, is trial balance. Before we want to do a trial balance, we need to complete our journal. After we have already complete our journal, then only we can proceed to make a perfect trial balance. After we have already made a perfect trial balance, then only Sarung Creative, which is our business, can proceed to the last step, which is our financial statement. And for our last recording process is financial statement. When the account are already being up to date and the equality between debit and credit have been tested, then only we can create or prepare a financial statement. Financial statement is our end product of accounting system process for Sarung Creative. Financial statement is done in between the accounting period, which is must not exceed 12 months. For our financial statement, we are gaining 5,000 ringgit of profit throughout 12 months of we doing our business. The second step, recording process of our business, is journal method. We are using journal method. Journal is a book which were recorded in a paper or using electronic, in which transactions are recorded. Journal entries show all the effects of our business transaction as expressed in debit and credit. Our company, our business transaction are recorded in double entry bookkeeping. As for example, on 28 September, Sarung Creative purchased inventory 4,000 ringgit for business purposes in cash. So their transactions on debit is inventory, which is 4,000 ringgit, and credit is cash, 4,000 ringgit.
Alright, let's move on to our last slide, which is strength and weaknesses of accounting recording process for this Sarung Creative company. Alright, for the first one is the strength. Okay, what is the strength for this Sarung Creative company? Is it help in keeping the continuous of business record, which means Sarung Creative have a receipt and check and another history transaction to help them to continue their business. Alright, for the second one is Sarung Creative use this accounting recording process is like a proof for the transaction, alright, in the business. So with the help of the receipt, with the help of the check and the help of accounting recording process, they know they have a proof for that. Alright. For the third strength is the accounting recording process will help in transaction matter. Means Sarung Creative use this accounting recording process to help them with their tax. Alright. Okay. For the last one, for the strength, as this Sarung Creative has sole proprietor, alright, the decision making is only have to made by one person. Unlike the partnership, which means if you have 3 partners, you have to take one and 2 person their ideas and have to collaborate. So you have a lot of person that go into your company. But as for sole proprietor, only one. Alright, we move on to the weaknesses, which is this Sarung Creative actually have a weaknesses, which is the business information may be inclined. Alright, as you know, business information will be inclined. It's like this business is going tired about their business. They may be changed to another business, so they are not strong enough. Alright, okay. For the second one is the monetary system as an evaluation unit change in value. Alright, okay, based on this one, this business may be changed according to the market value or to the market. If the market demands it, it will continue. If the market doesn't demand it, there will be a possible that this business will be shut down or completely gone. Alright. For the third of the weaknesses is the recording of the fixed asset of this Sarong Creative business, original scores whereby maybe a little bit higher or lower. And then the replacement also have a differences. Like if the original is like 2,000 ringgit, and then the replacement is like 3,000 ringgit. So that is a contrary to the business, which means give you the liability. Alright, increase the liability for that particular. Alright, and for the last one, for the weaknesses, for the last one, is the scope of raising capital is limited because in a sole proprietor like Sarong Creative itself, it have only one owner to contribute to the capital, unlike a partnership, which you have a friend and you have the collaboration with another two partner or more, and they can give out their money to the capital. Alright, so they are quite unlimited to me. Alright, that's all from me. Thank you for listening. Alright, we can move to the last slide, which is I want to thank you for listening to us and have a good day.